Elijah in 1 Kings. Elijah in 1 Kings had to in fact teach heretics and atheists a lesson about the omnipotence of our God. He had to in fact let them know who's who and who carries the weight of the kingdom. And so Elijah on one brisk day stood out outside of people who were cynics and pundits and doubters, and he said to them, watch what God is getting ready to perform through the power, through the favor, and through the anointing that he's bestowed me with. He looked up unto heaven, and he spoke to heaven and said unto heaven, there will be no rain for 3 years. For 3 years there will not be one drop to come from the cloud. For 3 years there will not be any moisture in the atmosphere. For 3 years there will not be any wetlands anywhere in this country. For 3 years I am summoning that nothing will fall. What authority, what dominion, what power that he has the audacity, he has the gall, he's got the nerve to speak and command into heaven, no rain will fall. But that is not the limitation of his power, nor is it the limitation of his authority, because after he speaks to heaven, he now speaks to the earth and says to the earth, there won't even be dew on the grass for 3 years. For 3 years, I don't want any rain to come from heaven, and I want no dew on the grass. Children of God, I want you to understand that you have limited your power. You have limited your authority because you have spoken to the earth before you spoke to heaven. God said if you want some things to shift in the earth realm, start speaking in the heavenly realm. God said, do you understand how much power you have in heaven? How much influence you have in heaven? You've got to be able to say, whatsoever I loose in heaven, it shall be loosed on the earth. Whatsoever I bind in earth, it shall be bound in heaven. His authority is of such that he stops the rain for 3 years. But that is not the miracle in and unto itself. It's easy to turn something off. The real power is when you can turn it back on. So at the end of 3 years, he comes to the exact same designated spot and speaks to heaven and says to heaven, let it rain. He speaks to the earth and said, let dew be on the grass. For those who are listening, those who are watching, those who are connected, let me tell you what he was really saying. He was saying to the body of believers, the drought is over. The same man that called for the drought, the same man that ended the drought, the same man who wiped out 400 false prophets in one day, the same man who outruns a chariot from Carmel to Jerusalem. When we catch up with him now, he's running scared and depressed. I'm here on this last day of the conference because there are so many of you who are anointed, who are saved, who are redeemed, who have purpose, and you are depressed. Something is wrong with all the anointing on your life, and you can't get a good night's sleep. Something is wrong with all of the visions God has shown you, and you don't even have an appetite. Something is wrong when you don't even remember the last time you were happy. Something is wrong when you use church like a cheap drug to potential, all that victory is under a sycamore tree, telling God, I want to die. Ain't that strange? Because Elijah is at this conference. They had 8 days, but they feel empty, feel stressed, feel worried, feel like there's a 50-pound weight on their back. Watching other folk get blessed, other folk get a miracle, and you say, God, what about me? I'm talking to those of you who got tears that haven't fallen. I'm talking to those of you that got pent up rage and anger and anxiety. God, what about me? I've been reading the word. I've been sowing seed. I've been fasting. I've been screaming. But I'm still under attack. What about me? There's Elijah under the tree, ready to die. And while he's running, the strangest thing happens. He's running, he's depressed, and God starts talking. I want you to know, even if you are anointed, even if you've been under attack, no matter where you run, God will find you. Even if you feel like you're at the end of your rope, God will still talk to you. When it feels like you're in this situation all by yourself, God will whisper to you in the middle of the night and let you know, I'll never leave you. What did God tell Elijah under that tree? I believe he gave Elijah an advanced copy of Proverbs. And let him read just chapter 8, verse number 14. Counsel and sound judgment are mine. I have understanding and I have strength. I need every person in here. I am your life coach for today. Because if the attack has driven you under a sycamore tree, God wanted me to remind you of Proverbs 8 and 14. I want you to declare to yourself, I have understanding. I have strength. Say it again, I have understanding.